Edith without any proper attention to the gifts of nature her sister was endowed with. Lily supposed it was ordinary for sisters to compare and have certain jealousies of each other when it came to appearances, and she was infuriated with Edith's beauty. Strictly speaking, she wasn't enraged entirely from a sense of envy, although that did exist, but rather from her sister's apparent dismissal of the benefits. Lily went to great lengths to procure interest from men, whereas Edith could gild herself in a boring dress, pay little to no attention to styling her hair, refuse to employ makeup, and still be the most sought-after woman in the room. It was unfair that someone so blessed by nature could be so contemptuous of its gifts. Still, Lily understood that the real, genuine reason that she was so covetous of her sister's looks was the fact that she was an exact imitation of their late mother. With brown hair, light brown eyes, and just a touch of olive skin, Edith was the very manifestation of Eva Sommer. Even though it had been a few years since Mrs. Sommer's tragic passing, Lily still felt its sting. She had been kindred spirits with her mother, and the loss of that connection and intimacy tore at her spirit. It was an odd thing, Lily supposed, that Edith resembled her mother while her character mirrored their father's. Conversely, Lily was identical in appearance to Mr. Sommer, barring gender, of course, while she carried her mother's nature for adventure and excitement. It made her quite sad, if she was to be honest, that she felt so isolated, even when around her remaining family. Lily accepted that Edith and her father were contented with each other's temperaments, but she felt continuously misjudged by their failure to grasp her disposition. "It's difficult not to become self-conscious with you staring at me like that," Edith spoke as she continued to read her book. "I'm not staring." Lily jerked her gaze away, embarrassed that she had been found out. "Fine, deny it if you must." Edith shot a glare at Lily before returning her attention to her novel. "I was just curious what you were reading." Lily cleared her throat as she concealed the truth. "Brave New World," Edith replied, while still reading. "I don't understand how you do that," Lily grumbled. "Do what?" Edith sighed as she looked up. "How can you read that book so openly, even though it was banned? Also, it's unnerving that you can read and have a conversation at the same time." "Well, I'd hate to unnerve you." Edith put the book down beside her, and their father glanced up from his work, briefly, wondering if he should extinguish a fire while it was still just a spark. As usual, he allowed the spat to develop in hopes that they would simply leave him alone. "In answer to your first question," Edith began as she jutted out her jaw with a flare of arrogance, "this book is an education." "An education." Lily raised an eyebrow. "On what?" "The dangers of giving up what makes us human," Edith retorted condescendingly. "Huxley warns, through his fiction, that there may come a time in the future where governments will use pharmacological methods to strip us of our rights and freedoms. Yet we will be too distracted by the propaganda and brainwashing that we will even begin to love our servitude." "That's ridiculous," Lily scoffed. "Such dark imaginings are unrealistic." "Continuing on your first question," Edith cleared her throat. "While I applaud the Nazis for returning this country to some semblance of self-respect on the world stage, I don't admire their prohibition on certain literature. To answer your second question," Edith paused as she prepared to deliver a crushing blow. "I can have a conversation and read at the same time because, with you, it requires such little effort." Their father chuckled slightly, but then banished the brief smile and cleared his throat, trying to hide that he took any pleasure at Lily's expense. "Papa!" Lily crossed her arms, requesting his aid in her defense. "Edith." Mr. Sommer took Lily's side as he looked over his small glasses in warning that